Her grunnen til at det så viktig å studere annet språk enn ditt eget. Jeg heter Gia og har en feminitets- og selvhetskanal. Voici pourquoi il est si important d'étudier une langue différente de la vôtre. Je m'appelle Gia et j'ai un canal de féminité et de croissance personnelle. Per això és tan important estudiar un idioma diferent del teu. Em dic Gia i tinc un canal de feminitat i autocreixement. Ecco perché è così importante studiare una lingua diversa dalla propria. Mi chiamo Gia, è un canale di femminilità e autocrescita. É por isso que é tão importante estudar uma língua diferente da sua. Meu nome é Gia e eu tenho um canal de feminilidade e autocrescimento. Hi, my name is Gia. Here are a few reasons. I don't know if I'm going to give a few reasons, but here is why you should learn to speak another language that is outside your own. And this is the sixth language, so that I am speaking in this video. So English. So here is why you should learn another language. So there are a lot of other languages. There's like 192, 197 or so free countries, free nations. Those are the free ones. Those are the ones where people can roam and speak and have a good time talking about absolutely anything. And a lot of the cultures are misunderstood simply because there are things that cannot be translated. And I think it's really important to venture outside of your own culture, especially as a young person, because then you don't have this huge ego about you can be proud of where you're from, obviously. You can be proud of where you're from. I highly suggest that you find reasons to love where you're from, but don't take it to like an extreme extent, obviously. But understanding that there's different cultures outside of you gives you a frame of mind that makes you realize that how small your world is. And when you learn things in a different language, you learn that there are things beyond English or beyond wherever you're from that have a different understanding, have a different way of living, and that's perfectly okay. You can coexist, you can manage to get by, understanding that there are people with different opinions than you, different ways of life than you. I just wanted to hop on here to iterate that I have been to over 40 countries by the time I was 23. It's already been like 42, 43, and then that's not even counting the places where I just like had a layover. So it's definitely been more. So I have been on more than 84 flights. That's just back and forth. That's not counting like all the connecting flights. So that's like minimum. And I've had like multiple passports in 1 year. And it's a pain in the butt sometimes because I want to travel now. Then I got to expedite the process of getting my passport just to go somewhere. Anyway, long story short, I just want to wrap this up and just make this like a quick video of understanding that your world is small. You don't have all the answers, and sometimes you might find some answers in another culture. You might find people you absolutely love. You might learn so much more than you ever would have anticipated by moving out of your town. And I'm not talking about like moving out of your town like you live in a small suburb or residential area and then you move into a big city that's metropolitan. If you go to any city that is metropolitan around the world, they're mostly going to be alike. Most of the time. They're still going to have cultural differences, yes. So if you go, say, like to Italy, and you go to like their flagship stores in Milan, the most expensive street in all of Europe, and you'll find designer after designer after designer store, like our Rodeo. Rodeo's tiny. Rodeo is like you walk for 10 minutes. You walk for less than 10 minutes and you've seen everything. Where all the flagship like Hermes and Cartier and Tiffany and Fendi. I don't even know if they have like those stores. I haven't checked because I don't shop there. But I used to work there. The ones I would pass by were Burberry, Chanel, and I honestly wouldn't really pay that much attention because I was probably focusing on the traffic and not getting screamed at or getting honked at because people do that a lot there. It's really aggressive. But if you go to a lot of metropolitan places, they will have a lot of the same stuff. And I don't get why people go on vacation just to shop. I get if you're from China and you go to like another place and shop at the designer goods places, at the flagship stores, because China's import tax is insane. But so, and like their Jack Daniels is like watered down. It's an insane way of life when it comes to the things that Chinese people have to put up with. Anyway, this video is not about that. This video is about learning about other cultures. And see, I wouldn't have known that if I haven't visited China. And then it's not pronounced Beijing, it's Beijing. So, been corrected. There are a lot of things, like watching the Olympics countries, the Olympic 2 hours opening ceremony is literally just, I think it's like 2 or 3 hours. It's literally just me correcting the announcers on how like ethnocentric they are and not understanding that, hey, you're saying it in like really botched United States American English. It's like Constantinople versus Istanbul. So it's like, yeah, obviously language is alive and breathing. So go out and study it. I'm not that I'm correcting it and saying that, whatchamacallit, people who say things in America are saying it wrong. They're saying it the way Americans say it in American English. Sign up now to my Glow Up program linked below. There's 2 ways you can work with me. So I have one-on-one coaching where I guide you for 30 days. And then I have a Glow Up course you can access anytime you want with lifetime access at your own pace at a discounted rate only for a very short time, because it's in beta stages and will get better from here with the help of your feedback. But if you do the one-on-one coaching, you'll see much faster, glowier results and gain more personally, I feel, because you're working one-on-one with me and I can tell you right there and then all of the things to help you glow up. And it's Commonwealth English, so I hear a lot of differences in the different Englishes, obviously. So like if you go to Texas and then go to South Africa and then go to Britain, they're all gonna have different ways of life. Even if they do speak English, they're going to have different expressions. I have a video on British expressions not used in the US, and you're not going to understand half of the things. And I'll say, like, I said something to a person who's never been to Britain, and I said, like, I can't be arsed. And they were like, what? What did you say? They thought I said something else. They thought I said I can't go to the shop or something like that, because we're talking about sightseeing. And I said, no, I said I can't be arsed. And they're like, they couldn't process it. Like, they could not compute. Like mugging me off. Oh my goodness. That one took me a while to understand. So, or all right, like the origin of saying all right. So there's a whole breakdown in that video. Anyway, and then I have a video on what we say in Los Angeles that differs from the rest of the Commonwealth English speaking anglophonic nations. LA is very specific and very casual. Anyway, that's why I say like 1,000 times, or like legit. I don't know why I say legit. Legit, I don't even like use legit. I heard myself use it a couple times this past weekend and I was like, just stop saying that, don't say that. But it's important to understand that the world is bigger than us. And even if you don't make a perfect, even if you don't sound perfect speaking another language, try anyway, put the effort in. And when you learn a new language, remember to learn the alphabet first so that you get the muscles in your mouth to create the accent. Like in America, we have a lot of diphthongs. We say things very exaggeratedly. We pronounce everything. So like in England, they say literally, where they say it like fast and smush everything together, where we say literally. Where I asked my husband why certain things are spelled in England, how they're not pronounced. And he said, because it's English. So like in French, there's like a bunch of things you don't pronounce because it's an old language. And the reason for that is because people couldn't spell. The common people weren't properly educated. They would just have like a picture as a sign for their like store, for their market, outside like the pub. That's why there's like a lot of places called like after animals. So they would just have like a picture of a pig and be like, or like the hound or the fox and the hound or something like that. So, and people couldn't spell, so it'd be pronounced like Norwich, but it's spelled like Norwich, Greenwich. And there's like Marleybone. That's a tough one. Leicester, oh my gosh, Leicester. That one, like Americans think they're smart by correcting people and saying it's Leicester. And it's like, no, it's not. So it's important to not make yourself, not mug yourself off. I guess you can say that. Can you use that? To not make a fool of yourself by being ignorant to what else is out there. You don't know everything. It's good to have an open mind. I'm constantly trying to fix my Norwegian and my Danish and my non-existent Catalan, porque yo soy Garcia. So, anyway, but I'm not Spanish. I just have a Spanish name. I'm not Italian. Gia is actually not pronounced Gia. no hard G. It's not Italian, by the way. I always get asked if I'm Italian. Io sono Gia. Buonasera. Io sono Gia. What's that song? Non mi basta più. I know all the phonetic words of that song. Baby K. But I don't speak Italian. But I understand a lot. It's crazy how Latin languages are so close. So learn the alphabet first, get the sounds down, get the accent down, then learn the words, then learn the phrases, then learn the expressions, then learn how to put things together. It's important that you start from the very beginning, learn things like a child, because when you're a baby doesn't give up learning to walk. They don't say, I'm gonna crawl for the rest of my life, I can't do this. They just keep on trying, they just keep on doing it. They have no fears, they have nothing holding them back. So look like a fool in the beginning and say everything incorrectly and have someone kind enough to guide you through it or ask. And even if they laugh at you, laugh with them, because it's a learning process. So learn another language to open up your mind that you may see things, you may see your alphabet and think that's it. It's not. Don't be closed-minded. Don't. It's really, they said in Condé Nast Traveler that the number one sexiest trait when dating someone is curiosity. So how to be attractive? Learn a new language. You get a skill. It's a hard skill that you get and that you can use in work. More people can understand that you're an idiot. No, I'm just kidding. No, when you put in effort like that, it really speaks volumes. And you touch the hearts of more people, you make a deeper impact. You really do make a difference in your own learning skills, and when you see your capabilities, you will want to learn more and be more. So try to commit to being more. Try to commit to expanding your knowledge and not just being in English. And get to like a conversational level. You don't have to talk about politics or business or economics. Just get to like know someone's family, and that's good enough. Like small talk, and have meaningful small talk. Have a good exchange in another language, and I think that's a good enough level, like B2 level. You don't have to be like C3. You just need to get by. So try it out. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later.